It's a 21-3 score on the WSAV Thursday Night Blitz. Game of the Week brought to you by Ford. Go further. Your impressions of the first half, a lot of big plays. And, Brunswick, despite being on the short end of a 21-3 game, they've had some big plays and some nice drives of their own.
They really have. They come out of the shoot with a couple of big plays there in the beginning, and then they found themselves again with the running game. And I tell you what, their offensive line and their tight end in there is making a difference for them. It's been very enjoyable so far.
So it's an inside handoff and not a lot of room that time. That was snuffed right away. I think that one, they made a change. That's Shaq Robinson, I believe, with his first carry on the game. We've seen most of Ben McLeod, but they switch it up with the other sophomore. Shaq Robinson this time runs the football straight up the middle. Brunswick will quickly come back to the line of scrimmage, split 3 wide to the left, and again they'll go in that 1-2-3 all behind each other line up, and we have movement on the line, and this will give us a chance to listen in on head football coach Larry Harold. He's trying to build a program here. He's a first-year coach, well aware of what he is building for and the tremendous opportunity for tonight.
The kids know that what we're telling them and their hard work is finally beginning to pay off, and now it's time to step up and see how we measure up against the big boys. And so I don't have to sell them on it. They've been buying in. And they're excited for the challenge and to be able to knock off a powerhouse like Ware County going into our off season. It would really fuel those long months of weightlifting that to come. As a reminder of what we were able to accomplish the last 3 games of the season.
Obviously a lot of work to do to knock off a powerhouse, but this is a football team that's found itself after losing 6 straight. They were able to win 2 in a row coming into this big game, and like I said, not a lot of pressure. They're trying to feel themselves out for next year, and losing their starting quarterback who left and transferred out of the school, so it's a little different makeup for the last few games for Brunswick, but they're looking pretty good, especially with Sean Smith there in at quarterback, except that time stuffed up quickly, and I believe that was big old Jaquez Bolds coming in and making the tackle. Game started off with a huge play by Ware County. Dedrick Mills to DeAndre Taylor, a big touchdown pass. I think that went 67 yards. Made it 6-0, and then 49 yards. Gary Williams busted one up the gut. Big 22, the junior, for a touchdown. And Mitch Finneran with a 48-yard field goal for Brunswick. That after making one from right around 43 yards and went back on a penalty. And then Jordan Turner on a 27-yard run. So they put up a lot of rushing yards already. Probably hit the 100-yard mark already for Ware County. We'll have the full numbers of our team rushing in just a bit. We'll get a timeout. It gives us a chance to check out that guy who actually made that tackle. He had a huge game offensively last time with more than 200 yards. But, boy, the coach is very proud of Jaquez Bolds, the way he has bounced back after a very tough junior season.
Kind of one of those phenom kids come out of middle school. He had a great sophomore year, and then all of a sudden the coaching change happens, and he just didn't do well, or had a little bit of a disappointing year last year. Well, he had a great off-season working out in the classroom. He matured a lot mentally and physically.
So the 21-3, we're at the 10:31 mark of the second quarter, and Jaquez Bolds, what a huge spark he made last week. Ware County, the Gators, as I said, with a chance to clinch a playoff spot. They still have a shot to get in, but they need a little bit of help should they drop this one. But, they have probably one of the bigger wins is against Coffee. They went on the road and beat Coffee, and that's Coffee's only loss this season. They also beat Richmond Hill and Bradwell in the region, along with Statesboro and South Effingham. And here goes around the left-hand side again. It's Sean Smith running the football. I believe he's got enough for the first down. They'll blow the whistle. And I think we'll move the chains where they're going to move the chains. Their losses were in a row. They lost to Glenn Academy at home and then on to Effingham County by a field goal on the road. A 7-point loss and a 3-point loss. So they definitely have been in every game and felt that they should have won every game. But sometimes those losses earlier in the season can serve as wake-up calls for a team that, went deep in the playoffs last year and expects to win a state title.
Yes, some teams it takes a few games to find themselves, but once they get that gel, they understand that every game thereafter is very important. It's in that short yardage play, last play.
Sean Smith with a little flip and nowhere to go. Elijah Juan Smith read it all the way. The ball was fumbled. We'll see if he was marked down. Yes. No, he was marked down. I thought so.
Yeah, that
was close. I thought they had to fumble. Check out the replay by your Savannah Low Country Honda dealers, and that's just Kenneth Dallas, and he has no chance whatsoever. Yeah, he was down on the ground when the ball came loose. Great defensive play. Elijah Juan Smith making the play. Brunswick, as I said, they beat McIntosh County Academy to open up the season, lost 6 straight. And then they came back with huge wins, one over Richmond Hill, one over Bradwell Institute, and started to get a little bit of confidence as they head into this finale. A flag on the play against Brunswick. Looks like an illegal substitution. My wonderful producer Dan Flaxer telling me, however, if you don't huddle up, how do you get the illegal substitution?
That's
good. It needs to be a huddle situation.
That's a good question.
So if that was the call, I'm not sure how it happened without a huddle situation. But here comes the Brunswick Pirates. They'll be back 5 yards again. A second, actually 10 yards back, so it's a 2nd and 20. Play fake around the left-hand side, being chased heavily. Finally chased out of bounds, and Ronnie Adams chases him out of bounds. But prior to that, he was being chased all over the place by Joshua Riggs, the big senior, flushing him out of the pocket to the left. So, wow, they have all the way to the Okefenokee Swamp for a first down, it looks like.
It's 3rd in California. You see guys in there like Joshua Riggs and Jalen Strickland that demand 2 and 3 blockers. I was going to go back to that short yardage play earlier. It was 4th and about 3. They really had to put about three players on them to move the ball there.
Long 3rd down. They'll fake it and it'll look long. Sean Smith throwing right across the middle. Nice play. Hits his intended target, DJ Whitfield, but well short of the play. But Dusty, you talked about, I think you mentioned to me a couple times, the visual test, or when you see a guy, you kind of have that knowledge right there that he has potential.
Yeah, when you see a big athlete like these guys out here, you take Jalen Strickland, for example. He's a big guy. Pass the eye test. They look like a football player. They look like an athlete. They look like they're agile. And a lot of collegiate coaches, hey, does that guy pass the eye test? Because if he does, we're going to give him a second look. And it's great to see the guys that pass the eye test. We've got a few on the field out here tonight, Ken.
46-yard field goal. So this is a chip shot, right? 46.
Whoa.
That one's blocked. Good defense picked up by Ware County along the right-hand side. And that's Calvin Goodette making the tackle. And he was the only man to beat in the backfield. And he may have kicked a 48-yarder, but not going to make it from 46. Big Gator D right there on special teams. I think for Ware County, keys to the game number 3.
Win the kicking game.
So it's Ware County back with the football again, and head coach Franklin Stevens. And I'll tell you what, this guy's been a winner wherever he's gone. He started his career in 2007 at Tucker, went 14-1 his first year. 13-1, 14-1 his second year, 9-3 his third, and 13-1. And then in 2011, he won a state championship with Tucker, going 15-0 around the left-hand side. And Ware County, Alex Sales with a big run. Sales gets his helmet ripped off, but not after he gains about 45 yards. We'll have to check it, and we'll ask Joseph, our stat man. But Alex Sales was a huge play along the left-hand side. And that'll move the chains for Ware County. 31 yards on the play. And as I said, he won a state championship in 2011. Then he went over to Lamar County, went 12-1, 14-1, 11-1 with Ware County last year, 7-2 this year. 9 years of football. He's 108, 11-1. He's definitely one of the top coaches in the state of Georgia. Quick handoff, straight up the middle, burst of speed, into the end zone. Jaquez Birds tacks one in from 23 yards out.
Holding.
Flag on the play, and they'll take out the Thunder for this huge crowd of a couple thousand at Memorial Stadium down in Waycross. And Bolds' touchdown is negated on a huge hole up the middle, but a holding doesn't matter. Official
replay, first down.
Was right on top of it.
Didn't see it on the replay.
That's hard to see right there, but the official was standing right in the middle of the field. You saw him pull his hat off and throw his hat down. So Ware County with a chance now from the 31-yard line. They'll bring it back on the holding call. First down, excuse me. They'll check that 1st and 20.
Ken, the lineman's rule is if you don't see it on film, it didn't happen. Just remember that.
And let me remind you, folks, that's coming from a lineman himself. So. All right, quick fake handoff. Goes to the right-hand side. Has a blocker and a nice move. They get past the original line of scrimmage. I'm checking. Was that pass out to DeAndre Taylor? So Lincoln hits Taylor for 12 yards on the play. So we'll check his passing yards. So again, a nice play. DeAndre Taylor is a 67-yard catch. He has 12 more there. That's 79, hitting the 80 mark. I don't believe he has any other catches in the game. A couple of catches and 80 yards, not a bad start for DeAndre Taylor here in the first half of play. Handoff along the left-hand side. Nice jaunt up the middle. Found a hole and rushes forward for around 6. He'll be short of the first down, though. Check out who that was. I think that was Gary Williams again, but let's check out the replay. Watch the fake as it looked like he was going to take it outside, Dusty, and just at the last second on a dime cut it inside right there.
They did.
Whoops, he froze the defender. Let's run that again a little bit earlier on the replay. Right there, just freezes. I think that was Santana Clark, the DB, on the left-hand side and ran by him. What a great move right there. So, again, it's Jamar Lincoln in at quarterback, under center. Lincoln to Mills around the right-hand side. Mills with a couple of blocks and plows forward for a few yards. So Dedrick Mills with a nice gain, and that'll give him a first down, gain of 4 on the play. Flag on the play, though. I think we're going to see a face mask call. Let's listen in on the official. Personal foul on the play. Thought I saw a face mask mark. Let's watch the replay, see if we can pick it up. So it'll give them a first down just outside the 5 as we slow it down right here. We'll see if we can pick it up. Might have been right after the play. He's down right there. I don't know if there was a little extra push maybe at the end. Back to live action. And Ware County at the 6:11 mark, knocking on the door again. Looking back to his coaches, checking the play, gives it to, fakes it actually. Nice play up the middle. He did keep it. All right. Rajah Bradley. That 32, Rajah Bradley in for a touchdown. I thought he may have kept it. What a great play fake by Jamar Lincoln. So Bradley's in. Six-yard touchdown run. Jamar Bradley getting in on the play. Rajah Bradley has his first touchdown of the game, and I believe we have 4 different players scoring touchdowns, 5 different players in on the touchdowns. One was thrown from Dedrick Mills to DeAndre Taylor. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So it's 28-3. Here's your replay. Watch a great play fake. We'll start that a little bit earlier again. Let's look at it one more time. Sorry, just there we go. Watch that inside. It looked like he kept it, but no, just found a big hole. Great job, that offensive line. And we're going to take a break. We'll be back with more. It's 28-3 at the 6-minute mark. The Thursday Night Blitz game of the week. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the WSAV Thursday Night Blitz game of the week, brought to you by Ford. Go further. Dusty Ziegler, another running touchdown for Ware County, another different player. They've certainly mixed up the plays and mixed up the runners here tonight.
They're showing their versatility with players. They certainly are.
We started off with Dedrick Mills to DeAndre Taylor on a trick play to start off the game, and then Gary Williams on a 49-yard touchdown run, Jordan Turner on a 27-yard touchdown, and Rajah Bradley just capped off that drive for a 6-yard touchdown run. So team rushing, we'll get that from our wonderful statistician Joseph Akins, but team rushing, I gotta believe they're closing in on a 160, 170 yard marker. 153 for Ware County as a team, and they really haven't had to put the ball in the air. So the kick is up by Noah Shepard, and here comes Brunswick from the 10-yard line. Around the left-hand side, not much room that time for Calvin Goodette. He stopped, and they'll take over the football, 27, 28-yard line maybe. 6 different ball carriers for the Ware County Gators, 153 yards rushing, 94 yards passing, which included a 67-yard touchdown pass on the first play from scrimmage. That made it 6-0. So Brunswick's offensive line, they're going to need to continue to try and get some room of the 5 front linemen of Jalen Carter, Warren McClendon Jr., John Cano, Deontay Demery, and Jabori Williams.
These guys are going to have to double their efforts. Got to make up for lost time.
I'll tell you, that'll give us a chance to talk about big number 77, Deontay Demery. You know, we had a chance to chat with their head coach about this player, and he's big, number 77, 6'6", 310 pounds. He has offers on the table from Georgia and Florida and Auburn, Illinois, USC, Kentucky, Tennessee, Alabama. I think I mentioned that one, in Florida I did. So he is a strong player. He has a lot of options, does Deontay Demery, for the future as the ball is dropped and no good. Let's listen in on head coach Larry Harold on Deontay Demery, as we said. So we will get to that in just a moment. I was held up in midstream. I was about to kick the field goal.
Hey.
I was held off on that one.
I'll add to that. I saw Demery here about 5 weeks ago when they played the Mustangs in Effingham, South Effingham, and got a chance to be about 10 feet away from him as he walked into the stadium. And I tell you what, the guy's a monster. He passes the eye test. He really does.
Quick drop, straight drop back, and a pass along the left-hand side. Good defense right there.
The flag on the field,
Ken.
Ken.
Oh, wow. It looked like Jordan Turner made a nice play defensively to knock the football down. I wonder if it was his left hand. He made a great play with the right, but he might have hooked a little with the left. Let's check out the replay on that, on the flag. That's what they're going to call pass interference. We'll see if it was the offhand that maybe hooked him on the replay.
Those DBs have an innate ability to do that with that hidden hand. It finds its way around the hook.
On the defense, 15-yard penalty, results in a first down.
Here's your replay brought to you by your Savannah Low Country Honda dealers, and it's Sean Smith just throwing a soft passer on the left-hand side, and boy, I don't know. That was close. It looked like good defense to me. Anyway, here comes Brunswick. Back to live action. Sean Smith in the backfield puts a man in motion. That's DJ Whitfield. Gives it to Whitfield. Whitfield cuts up to his right for a nice game of about 6 yards from Whitfield. And
that's another deception play there, too. You get a guy in a jet motion type run there, and defensive guys, they don't know to look at the quarterback or look at the guy in motion, and you get that moment of hesitation again. It certainly worked on that play. I think they picked up about 5 yards out of that.
So they're moving the football, and they've had their opportunities to move the football too, but they've halted all for a long 48-yard field goal. But standing on his own 45-yard line, Sean Smith, wonderful job at quarterback fakes it this time. Sean Smith looking long to the right-hand side. Sean Smith hits the up man. Nice pass to his tight end right there, and hits Wiley Golden. The junior makes the catch and moved the chains. A first down for Brunswick.
Offensive line, give him a little time to throw on that one, Ken. See guys taking their pass sets, working back, leaving a pocket. Allows the throw.
You know, we've seen a couple of tight ends that they work with, and they have a couple of big tight ends.
They do.
Brunswick too.
They do. I keep going back to Corday Bradley. I like watching him.
Yeah, big 87 with a nice block and a nice run before. Put a man in motion, and that was a slip on the offensive line. It was on the left side. It was either on Deontay Demery or
5-yard
Jabori
penalty,
Williams. They were both there
down.
for the move. And that'll knock them back 5 yards, bring up a second down. Let's listen in on head coach Larry Harold on his big fella, Deontay
SEC coaches, high high-profile coaches call me and tell me that, barring any injuries or any setback, that that kid definitely will get a chance to play in the NFL one day. And just to hear that as a coach just early. And the greatest thing is he hasn't even begun to tap into his full potential.
All right, well, we can't hear head coach there. We do know that, he talked about Deontay Demery being a big player, an opportunity to play, and he talked about not only on the college level, but this is a kid that could be playing beyond 4 years from now in the NFL.
He certainly has the stature. He's got the body type. He's got all the tools right there. I wish him well and best of luck to him, and I hope that he takes it to that level. He like I said, the eye test, he passes all the way, 100%.
So it's a second long, straight drop back, and Sean Smith. Sean Smith, the lefty, with a soft pass, almost too soft, but he was able to hit his intended target. He hits Kenneth Dallas for a nice gain, and I'll move the chains, I believe. They're close to it. Wow, he just kind of put the soft touch on that, and it looked like the DB might have mistimed it on the jump.
Perfect play.
Right there, and yeah.
That was a good
Jordan
job.
Turner reached up and just couldn't get it. And it's one of those plays, what do you say, run it again?
That's right, run it again.
So it's 28-3, but Brunswick is moving the football here. 3:08 left in the second quarter play on the Thursday Blitz. Smith rolls around to his left-hand side, and no fooling Ronnie Adams that time. He whips him down to the left-hand side of the field. The clock's still running under 3 minutes now, but great play by Ronnie Adams, the junior.
Adams come out of nowhere on that one. He looked like he skated right on through real quick.
Adams has made a couple of big plays on that defensive side for the Ware County Gators, and he's not even in, not one of their regular starters, but he's seeing a lot of action tonight.
He keeps playing like that, Ken. He's going to see
action. His way in.
That's right. He's going to see a lot more action.
Two split wide to the left. Here is Sean Smith, straight drop back. Another soft touch up in the air and almost brought down by DJ Whitfield, but boy, I'll tell you what, he has such a soft touch on that football and a nice smooth spiral. If he can really work a long time, remember, he wasn't your starting quarterback most of this season, and obviously not last year, but he's come a long way. But you give him a summer for passing camps that they go to, and to be able to work with these targets that are not yet seniors, boy, they could have something next year offensively.
Absolutely. He's a player to hang your hat on. He showed a lot of talent tonight.
Smith with Whitfield again in motion, fakes to Whitfield. He'll just plant along the left-hand side. Nice pass again, hits his tight end, but loses the football. Ball's on the ground, picked up, and he can't quite keep his feet. That was 23, Jamoya Howard, I believe, picking it up, and I'm not sure if that was an incomplete pass. I don't know if he made a football move.
I didn't think Bradley, I think it was Bradley, didn't look like he had possession of it, really.
I think it was Corday Bradley, and let's check it out again. We'll slow-mo when we get to it. Remember, you have to turn with the football and make a football move, and he's got the football there, and I don't think he ever had the football. The ball was bobbled, and he never had it. Nevertheless, the officials on high school level don't have an opportunity for replay, so that'll go in the favor of the Ware County Gators. They'll take over midfield at the 50. So a break there for Ware County on the what was ruled a fumble, and here comes Ware County with the football from the 50. Jaquez Bolds in the backfield. Down to the 210, and they're going to want to put one more in. Going long to the left, right-hand side. Jamar Lincoln, a man open. He caught it, and he says, no good. The ball, I think, might have hit the ground, but what a great effort by Jordan Turner.
That was amazing right there. That's worth a replay.
Yeah, what an incredible effort right there, and I think it might have bounced the ground as we check it out. What a soft, nice pass, though, right here by Jamar Lincoln, and just stretching out to go and get this thing. Yeah, he definitely lost the football at the end, bounced off the ground, but good call by the officials, but great effort nevertheless by Turner. 2:03 now on the clock, 28-3. Gators with more of the big plays, 4 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown. 3 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown. 1 field goal from 48 yards. They run a little screen play, gives it to Mills. Mills trying to break through, finally brought down at the 47-yard line. So that's a catch for Mills, and a few yards on the play. The whistle blows, and now they'll call a timeout.
Timeout.
That'll give us a chance
Ware.
to check out the standings in Region 3 5A, and this is where it gets a little tricky after Coffee and Glenn. Those two teams are both in with 6-1 records, but South Effingham, Ware County both at 5-2, Effingham County at 4-3, and then Brunswick, Statesboro, Richmond Hill, and Bradwell all out of the playoff picture. Brunswick and Statesboro each 2-5, Richmond Hill 2-6, and Bradwell with an 0-7 season. As I said, Ware County with a win will clinch a playoff spot should they not pick up the victory tonight, which it looks like they will. They definitely still have a chance. Let's check out the WSAV Friday Night Blitz, what's coming up. All kinds of games and all kinds of action for you on WSAV Channel 3 tomorrow night at 11:15. The Region 3A Championship, ECI and Savannah Christian. Of course, both those teams with home games in the state playoffs, but the winner takes the region title. Bluffton at home to Somerville, Liberty County and Richmond Hill in a non-conference game. Hilton Head Prep begins the SCISA playoffs. They'll take on Holly Hill at home. That game's at Bible Baptist. Hilton Head and Hanahan, two teams undefeated in the region. Hilton Head looking to go to 10-0. It doesn't get any bigger than that game right there. Hanahan and Hilton Head. Thomas Sumter and Bethesda in the SCISA playoffs. And Buford heads to Charleston to take on the Berkeley Stags. So a lot of big games right there, but I'm really excited about that. Hanahan and Hilton Head. See if the Seahawks can break through and go to 10-0 this season. Back to live action at the minute 47 mark. Ware County flicking around to the left-hand side. Good defense right there. No fooling Santana Clark for Brunswick, making a nice tackle.
Santana held that one tight.
Dedrick Mills, you see, go in motion, and then just a quick pass to Jamar Lincoln around to the left-hand side. It's DeAndre Taylor, but yeah, nice defensive play. Santana Clark read that all the way. And the clock continues to wind. Now they're going to change personnel on fourth down, and it looks like they may punt the football. They'll bring out their punter, Skylar Dixon, 93, is your punter for the Ware County Gators. He's standing at his 39-yard line.
And this is a first for the Gators for tonight. Looks like we got a penalty, though.
That was the right guard moved. Didn't you play
Prior to
right
the
guard?
snap,
No.
ball start. Only offense, 5-yard
When you're a lineman, you play them all,
down.
kid. You play them all.
I'm sure you're. How many penalties did you have there at the New York Giants?
Actually, I had less than about 5. Right?
Less than 5 in your career. How many years was that with the Giants?
Well, I was with the Bills for 4
Bills,
years,
right.
and then with the Giants 3 years. I had less than a dozen penalties.
That's wonderful.
For the 7 years playing. That were called. That's right.
Our wonderful Dan Flax would saying is that what we're called. Okay, so you got away with something. No way. Nobody gets away with. No one gets away with movement on the offensive line. Officials are waiting to pick on you fellas.
We're hard to miss.
Heavy pressure by Brunswick, but he's able to get the punt off and a fair catch, and that's where Brunswick will take over at the 14-yard line. Brunswick will come out with 33 seconds. We'll see if they take a knee and head to halftime or if they try and manage something. We have a great halftime show coming up. Expected Marlo Hinson, the athletic director over at Brunswick. David Shields from Ware County will also join us at halftime as we have a wonderful halftime show coming up here on the Thursday Night Blitz game of the week. And then, of course, second half of play here on our season finale, our 4th year of live local high school football in the Coastal Empire, the Low Country, and beyond. Our southernmost trip to Waycross and Ware County, and I have to tell you, it's my first chance to call a football game from this facility. And Memorial Stadium was refurbished several years back, maybe 12, 14 years back. And what a wonderful facility this is for high school football.
What a great stadium, kid. I tell you what, I've been here a couple times, with my football travels, and enjoyed it very much so. As a player, as a fan.
For a Thursday night crowd, a great crowd too.
It is a great crowd. Does the stadium hold about 8,500 people, I'm told? And we've got probably about 2,500, 3,000 people here.
Yeah, as I said, I think back in 2007, I believe, the state championship game was held here, back when they had the champions at visiting sites or home sites, and the semifinals were at the Georgia Dome. But right now, we're going to head to halftime. It's Ware County on top, 28-3. Of course, we'll take a break and come back with the full halftime show coming up on the WSAV Thursday Night Blitz Game of the Week.